I will continue taking your calls on St. Brown. As I guess we may have stumbled upon some as Stoney's asked the question. People keep saying he's top 5. Who do you take out? We'll take those calls, but a little bit of news happened with another Detroit team.
Yeah, the Red Wings.
That is the Wings.
Yeah, Dylan Larkin out 2 weeks minimum, it looks like, with a lower body injury. And, of course, as I even asked Newsy Lalone about this a few weeks ago, only the NHL, they won't disclose what the injuries are. Eventually, because of gambling, they should. Yeah. That's why the NFL does, is actually say what the injuries are. The NHL, I believe Scotty Bowman was the first person to. Oh, no, we can't tell people what they are because at the playoffs they might try to
upper body injury.
Right.
Yeah, he's missing an arm.
Yeah, if they know it's a shoulder, they'll try to injure the shoulder further, whatever. But he's arguably been their best player this season, especially offensive player. And you're out for 2 weeks. I have a 2-game losing streak going into Colorado in a couple of days. And I was at the game on Saturday against Florida, and I wanted to get people's opinions about that game in particular and the Red Wings as we head to the trading deadline, which is on Friday at 3 o'clock during our show. I'll be in with Mike when the deadline happens. And here's what I thought, and it's not to knock the Red Wings at all. It's just we got a lot of, joy over the winning streak. I know Kenny did. But what I saw on Saturday was the difference, the gap between a playoff contender, a legitimate playoff contender like the Detroit Red Wings, as opposed to a legitimate Stanley Cup champion like the Florida Panthers. And they're as a ways away. And I know on social media, well, the referees, they gave Florida the advantage because they're more physical, and the Wings retaliated and took stupid penalties, and that's the ref's fault. Okay. Well, you know what? Good teams have to be smart enough, too. And Florida was smart enough to bait the Red Wings, and the Red Wings fell for it a little bit. But it was one of those games. And look, the Red Wings, you look at 4-0, thought they got completely outplayed. They didn't get completely outplayed. But when you see a team like Florida who gives you no room to get anything done, right. The Wings are in a situation, and teams in those situations have to be able to take advantage of opportunities because they're not going to get that many of them. And, granted, Sider hit the post early. You had a disallowed goal with obvious goaltender interference. And then, Patrick Kane on a breakaway decides to play, 5-hole instead of just shoot the puck up top and probably would have scored. You can't make those opportunities go away.
But it was like they went up, the Panthers go up 2-0 and then decided, all right, let's make the Wings beat themselves.
Which they did. And with a lot of penalties. And look, Florida's really good. They have a pretty good defense. Their third and fourth lines are really good, not to mention, Kachuk and people like that. Or, Reinhardt's got 42 goals, which I never saw coming. And they got a great goalie right now, and Bobrovsky's playing tremendous. So I was just curious at 248-539-9797. Are you getting a little antsy here about the Red Wings? And especially now with Larkin hurt, I wouldn't expect them to go into Colorado and win anyway. But the Arizona game is the one. All right, they got
you can't lose
Larkin
that.
or no Larkin. They better at least get 2 points there.
Right, you cannot lose that game. You are correct. And I was talking with Kenny pre-show and asking him, and with now Larkin being injured, you kind of expect Stevie to be a little more active when it comes to the trade deadline.
Yeah,
because
do they go after Gensel in Pittsburgh? I mean, what would you have to give up to get him though? Now look. Steve Yzerman, for all the good things and all the good drafting he's done at the top of the draft and a lot of good moves he's made, he is obviously part of the, up until Brad Holmes, the second-round Lions curse, because the Rings' second-round draft picks have done nothing. None of them have even made the team yet. I mean, Buehm is still at the University of Denver, which shows you that he hasn't progressed, and there's others as well. But so I would give up as many second-round picks as Pittsburgh wanted, and you know what? I'd give up a first in this draft if you're going to re-sign him for a few years, right?
Yeah, before the Larkin injury, I was kind of lukewarm on getting a middle six forward. I was like, if we can, cool. If not, no big deal. But now that becomes a little bit more imperative. And Jake Gensel would be a perfect name. He's a point-per-game type player.
Right.
Really solid scorer. Really, would be great in our forward core.
I mean, they obviously need a physical presence. And, I mean, I know Lalone has said preferably in the forwards and the back, third or fourth line. To me, I think defense is where they need to a little, not the whole cliche, you got to be bigger at the blue line. They need a little more grit, so to speak, in the
sandpaper.
Yes.
As Kenny put it.
Yeah.
Kenny, are we still in line for your twin?
Stop that. No, I think we were talking about Radko Gudas. Yeah.
Yeah, your twin.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're in play for that.
Look,
have you seen that guy play, Stoney?
He's Kenny
yes, I have. And here's what I don't like about him. I mean, look, he's got a really good slap shot too, and he's physical. He is partly what they need. I wouldn't be completely opposed, but this team takes bad penalties to begin with right now. I mean, you put him into the equation, I could just see a tie game in the playoffs and Gudas, slashes some guy and they lose on a power play.
Well, you get that. That's a great point. But also, he's played on that Florida Panthers team that beat us up. He knows how to play that playoff style of hockey.
True. Yeah, he'd be fine.
I'm sorry. Did you say playoffs?
Yeah.
Everything you said after that doesn't matter to me. A penalty in the playoffs? We're in the playoffs.
Okay.
That's what I'll take. And if trading for him gets us there, yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Yes. It'd be nice to see a playoff game at Little Caesars Arena. And unless something crazy happens, I think they're still going to get there. And like I said, what's crazy can happen is your best player can get hurt for a few weeks. Hopefully it's only, a few weeks, because if it's, longer than that, then you could have some problems here. 248-539-9797.
So Wings minus Larkin for a couple of weeks. So we're talking that. We're also talking about St. Brown. We'll take calls on both. David, ticket text.
Oh, Kenny's going to love this one. The Wings are sellers now. Wings need to cut ties with Larkin. He just doesn't have it to lead a team. That is from Al.
Wait.
Please.
Al, I needed you to finish the bingo card. You almost had it. There was one thing missing. Kenny, you want to help him out?
Which would that be? Shoot the puck?
No. What? Why are you losing now? Why is the bad luck happening?
I don't know. You tell me. What's the
right here?
Oh, the patch?
Yes.
What did I say?
Oh, my God.
3 in a row now. 1 loss, 2 losses. Larkin's out for a couple of weeks, all since the patch was put on the jersey.
Make it a priority.
This just feeds the idiots.
Kenny, I don't think you're an idiot.
I know.
I mean, it is 2 straight losses and an injury now. It just keeps piling up. Okay, I mean, it's not all this fault, but it's something. Every team hits a few walls during the season.
Yes.
I'm not worried. Let's stop worrying the people, P.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried about the playoffs yet.
Yeah, they were eventually going to lose games, and you're losing games to good teams. Just like going to Colorado, that's a good team. If you happen to lose that game, panic if you lose to Arizona. Now, problems. Now, I'll say, Kenny, maybe it is the patch. Or if another good star player goes down, we got some issues. But you were going to lose games. You were not going to stay that hot the entire season.
Look, I say the patch thing more tongue-in-cheek, but the Red Wings still are 6 points ahead of the next team that's out of the playoffs.
Right,
which
the
is
Islanders, but the Islanders have a game in hand. Washington, 7 back. They also have a game in hand. New Jersey, they're free-falling. So is Pittsburgh. So it's either the Capitals or the Islanders that I'm worried about, because Tampa is actually starting to fall as well. So the Wings are still in pretty damn good stead, barring a major losing streak.
Yeah, there's no reason to panic just yet.
No.
So hold on. You're telling me not to panic, and Dylan Larkin just got hurt?
It's a couple of weeks.
Oh, just a couple weeks that you're losing your captain. Okay, no big deal then. All right, cool, wonderful. What? I'm worried. You're losing your captain.
David, he didn't die. He's going to be back.
Oh, so we can lose for 2 weeks and we'll be okay. Got you.
I still think they'll be okay.
They'll be okay.
I still think they'll be okay.
So,
like I said,
the non-hockey guy here. You're telling me you're okay? I gotta trust you guys. Okay.
all right.
when that man over there next to you, that bearded wonder, starts to panic, that's when we panic.
See, and I'm Mr. Doom and Gloom as well, and I still think they're okay.
In that 2-week span, by the way, we have the Coyotes twice. Those games you have to win. Buffalo's not any good. We have them twice. And we have Pittsburgh, who's not any good this year. So it's not the worst thing in the world. It sucks. Yes, we're going to miss D-Boss, but calm down.
All right, 248-539-9797. We'll take your Wings call. We'll take your Lions call with St. Brown. We'll get all of that next. 97.1.